right, joining us, heading to the stage right now for another incredible conversation, welcoming the Marijuana Company of America. We have Richard. Tony, I don't know where Richard is on this card, but we got Tony's show coming. And the one and only CEO, CFO of Marijuana Company of America, Jesus Quintero. Let's hear it for these two gentlemen.
Thank you.
Tony Shore.
Tony? It's okay, I've been called worse. So
Jesus Quintero.
Happy 420, everybody. I hope everyone's in good spirits today. This is an opportunity to learn about a company that's all about building culture, growth, value. I think of Coach K, who just retired recently from Duke. When he came on as coach, Duke was not a prominent team. Over the years, he built a culture, he brought in the right players, and he built one of the most powerful basketball programs in basketball history. That's what I see happening here with Marijuana Company of America. The name of itself has great value. Now it's time to tell the story. The company really wasn't ready until now to tell that story. They have 80,000 shareholders. The company trades with tremendous liquidity, and over the past years has built operations, value, and a true culture, one that each of you will hopefully become shareholders someday. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Jesus Quintero.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great time here at the conference. Marijuana Company of America. Let's see if we can get it up. Give me 1 second. Oh, there it is, okay. Who is Marijuana Company of America? Marijuana Company of America is a vertically integrated cannabis company that focuses on acquiring companies in the cannabis sector. We focus our efforts on CBD consumer products, which we expand ourselves now from domestic to international. We also do distribution of CBD and hemp products as well on a national level. And of course, our new business line, we're involved now in cultivation. Basically, we find that there's a lot of opportunities in the cannabis sector, and we continue to look for companies that are in distress that we can bring into our group and be able to create synergies among all of our companies. Not working. Well, I guess we'll continue to talk even though our screen is not working. Okay, here we go. As you can see, CBD, cannabis, CBD, hemp, and THC have really expanded itself in the United States. As we look at this on a state level, it's not working. Okay, as we can see here, we've done some studies to see what the projections of cannabis will be in the next future, almost reaching about 100 billion by 2030. We consider ourselves a success story in itself as we continue to grow and expand our businesses into the different types of products that we have. Basically, like I indicated before, our main focus is on nationwide distribution of products as we work with our new distributor out of Clearwater, Florida, as well as expanding ourselves on our premium CBD products, which we're not only selling in the United States, but now we're selling abroad in the country of Brazil and now extending into Uruguay. And in addition to that, we also have our cultivation, which is our new acquisition, which is pending. We're working on that. And of course, we have some strategic investments that we have with companies that can be an integral part of what we do. So when we talk about cultivation, we have a new company that we're trying to acquire. We're in the process with regulatory agencies to be able to transfer licenses and all of that so we can start cultivation. They basically focus on teens and clones, which we find to be a very successful business. As I indicated several times, we have a distributor out of Clearwater, Florida that distributes hemp and CBD products. A very successful business. It basically does a lot of what we call drop ship, but we find ourselves in a position of strength because we not only work with vendors and manufacturers that want products out there, but we also work with customers, over 250 of them. So it gives us an opportunity to have a major position on both sides of the coin, with the vendors and the suppliers. This is an example of some of the products that our distributor is currently selling. We sell basically to wholesalers, C-stores, specialized retailers, and dispensaries. Our main product lines that we've been selling for many years is called Hemp Smart, which is basically CBD products. And we're very proud of our products, as our products are manufactured and we actually do double testing of our products. Some people will say, well, what does that mean? We test our products at the ingredient level, and then after finalization, we test it again with independent labs to make sure that the products are safe and there's no issue with consumers. And we're very proud of that. We're one of the few in the industry that actually does that. We're willing to sacrifice a bit of margin to make sure that our products are, top quality. And to expand this, as you can see, we have pain creams, brain pills, and other types of products. We're actually extending that into Sao Paulo, Brazil. With our new partners there, we have a new company called Hemp Smart Brazil. We are now selling in the country of Brazil, and now we're going to Uruguay as well. We're very excited of that because back there in Brazil, the CBD products are relatively new, and the market, there's a lot of demand. I mean, in our first couple of months, there's been an extreme demand for the products, and we're really looking forward to really penetrating that market, as well as other countries in South America as well. And as we mentioned before, these are the products that we have, the different types under our Hemp Smart legacy products. And as we continue our expansion into Latin America, we're really looking forward to introducing our products to markets that really haven't seen what we've seen in the United States. The United States CBD is pretty much saturated, although we can still enter the markets, but outside the United States, it's a wide open game. And there's a lot of opportunity for us to really expand and grow. Along with what we do with our different type of business lines, we've also made some strategic investments with some companies that actually have a lot of opportunities for us. Cannabis Global works on a lot of R&D for CBD products that we can actually work with and be able to expand into the marketplace, as well as Natural Plant Extract, which is a THC delivery service and does manufacturing as well. That gives us an opportunity to continue to expand ourselves into the THC market. And now we work with a company also called Eco Innovative Group, which is a public company, and they basically focus on different type of promotional, environmental, and social well-being products with green energy. So for our organization, to give you a better snapshot of all that I'm saying, here's a view of who we are. We have our different strategic investments to the left, and this is all of our different business models to the right. All that we're doing in our revenues are now becoming historic every time we report it. We were $269,000 in revenue last year, which was very minimal, whereas we just reported our year-end 2021, we were over $1 million. So we're growing and our numbers are becoming historical as we continue to move forward. And we bring in our new acquisition, the VBF brands, which is the THC nursery. I think you'll see more historical numbers, and we're very excited about that. This is our leadership team, our board of directors, particularly Mr. Edward Manolos. He's one of the first persons to actually establish the dispensary in Los Angeles more than 35 years ago. And he was the first pioneer to actually start this in California. He's on our board. He provides a lot of strategic advice, which we continue to use. Mr. Marco Guerrero is actually our board member and our VP of Latin American Operations. And he's the one that's given us an entrance into the Brazilian market, as well as Uruguay, the country. This is who we are. As you can see, we have numbers we reported. However, these numbers are a little bit stale because I think they have the wrong slide. We should have had the year end, but as I said, our revenues are much higher than this, and this is the recent market information. And let's see. So in summary, like I indicated, we're being a company that we are, we're very excited about who we are. We're working to become, a little bit more of an integrator, and we're excited about where we're heading. We're in the OTC markets right now, over the counter, but we're trying to move ourselves up and get ourselves in a much better position. We want to be looked upon as a long-term investment, not a short-term investment. What we've done over the past year is clean up a lot of our toxic debt. We've paid it all off. Now we're just working with long-term investors. That's what we're looking for as we expand our businesses. We have over 80,000 shareholders, and we feel it's time for us to start enhancing that shareholder value. So that is our commitment, and our team, we focus on that, and that's where we focus on the acquisitions as well. We're not just going to grab any acquisition. We're looking for a really good opportunity with a company that's distressed that we can help build to become something special like ourselves. And we have the vision, and we have the, the efforts that we put in, and we're really going to make this a very special company. Now I'm open to any questions you may have. Okay, hold on. He's going to bring you the microphone because I can't hear you.
Phil Donahue here.
Thank you, Phil. So you mentioned that you invest in companies in distress, and I'm just curious how you go about identifying those companies, but because when companies are in distress, they typically don't want that to be publicly known. So how do you go about identifying those candidates?
We work with investment bankers, ones that we've worked with in the past, and a lot of them try to identify companies that have potential. It's not about being distressed, company that's going to go down, but rather it's a company that has potential, has opportunity, but they just don't have the capital strength to be able to go from point A to point B, which is where we want to come in. If they're unique and we see there's a growth potential and it could fit into the scheme of what we're doing, we will definitely consider bringing it into our group. Because one of the things that we do with our acquisitions, we try to create synergies where one business can interact with the other and create more value, not just for each other, but for the whole group.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Have you experienced any challenges in expanding internationally with international laws and CBD?
Actually, that's a very good question. In Brazil, we met our first challenge because in Brazil, we found that CBD is accepted, but it's very regulated because of the fact that CBD, when it comes out of the ground, it has metals in it. So you really have to do a good job to clean it. And in Brazil, they were very negligent with that. So when we came there, we introduced it. We found out that we had to do 2 approval levels. One, we had to work with physicians, and 2, work with their equivalent of FDA, which is called Anvisa. We received approval from Anvisa. So now we work with several physicians to prescribe it to the different patients, and it's worked really well. What we did in the fourth quarter is we gave the products away. We didn't sell anything. We wanted to introduce it to see if it would be something in demand, and it really has been. So now we work with the physicians, they prescribe it to the patients, and they're using the products, and it's really been a success so far. Yes?
When you're looking at companies to invest in, do you have kind of a target % of capital that you're looking to acquire?
We're looking to try to get at least 5% of our, current, I would say, equity number. We're trying to see if we can raise funding for like $1.5 to $2 million. So as we invest in our operations overseas, as well as strengthen our market for the CBD products here in the United States. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and have a great day.